Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I turn to some of the written statements that the witnesses have provided us. And first, I will read from Ambassador Sherman's remarks. A nuclear-armed Iran would pose a threat to the region, to the world, and to the future of the global nuclear proliferation regime. A nuclear weapon would put the world's most dangerous weapons into the hands of leaders who speak openly about wiping one of our closest allies, the State of Israel, off the map. As President Obama has stated unequivocally, we will not allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon, and there should be no doubt that the United States will use all elements of American power to achieve that objective. Ambassador Sherman, I want to explore with you what you mean by the phrase, we will not allow, I repeat, not allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon, and there should be no doubt that the United States will use all elements of American power, again, I'll repeat that, all elements of American power to achieve that objective. That's very strong language. When you state all elements of American power, are any of America's military capabilities off the table?
Congressman, I think the President has been very clear that all options are under consideration. I think that everyone in the world would prefer there be a peaceful resolution to this situation, but no one should have any doubt about where the President of the United States stands on this. He will not allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. He has stood side by side with many of our partners and allies around the world, including Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, and said as much. So there is no pulling back from that stance at all.
So when you say all elements, you mean all elements?
I do.
That being the case, then is it fair to say that President Obama is prepared to use, if necessary, America's nuclear arsenal to stop Iran from developing nuclear weapons?
I think it's probably most useful not for me to elaborate point by point on a situation that we have not yet faced. We have many elements of American military power, and we're able to achieve results in many, many ways.
Let me go to a second one, although I anticipate you'll give a similar response. Then President Obama is prepared to launch, if necessary, an Iraq or Afghanistan-style ground invasion in Iran to stop Iran from developing nuclear weapons.
Again, you're quite right, Congressman. We have many ways to fight Iran's efforts to gain a nuclear weapon, and they're wide-ranging, and they're along a very long continuum. And we will look at whatever we need to do to ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon.
Well, just so that there's no ambiguity about my perception, when you use the phrase all elements of American power, to me, that means, if necessary, America's nuclear arsenal, or if necessary, an invasion of Iran a la Afghanistan or Iraq style. So I'm not sure if that's what you intended. But that kind of language means that to me, and that's what I was trying to clarify. Not long ago, I met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem. He said unequivocally that Iran will not get nuclear weapons. My question is, if Israel attacks Iran to destroy Iran's nuclear weapons program, will America back Israel up with direct military assistance in order to ensure, first, that Israel is successful in destroying Iran's nuclear weapons program, and second, to help ensure that Israel is able to protect itself from counterattacks?
I think you've heard the President of the United States say, you've heard Secretary Kerry say, and I will say that we stand shoulder to shoulder with Israel, and Israel's security is important to us as our own security. And I think that you have seen in our support and Congress's generous support for Iron Dome that commitment in the recently agreed to new set of weapons sales to Israel.
If I could interject, because I only have 15 seconds left. I understand that Israel is important, but my question is, will we back them up militarily?
We have a relationship with Israel to ensure their security.
Thank you, ma'am.